Listen, first of all, I don't think we're gonna end Whole Cake Island arc on in this year 2016. Second of all, if I knew where every One Piece fan lived, I would have woken up early this morning, went to everyone's door, knock and woke them up to let them know it was an early release today, and that it's an epic chapter. So this chapter starts off with basically the whole Vince Smoke family sitting around the table and enjoying the meal. For some strange reason, I had a feeling that it was going to start off like this. And the title of the chapter is "I'll Never Forget the Debt I Owe You." Now, I'm assuming one of the brothers helped him escape on the day that he escaped, and I'm guessing most likely it's Niji. He seems like the most calmer, most friendlier, closer one to Sanji than all of them. Um, Chapter basically starts off with them sitting around the table enjoying the meal, and they basically were saying that how they had fun having a discussion about Sanji, about the many ways that they thought he would have died on the day that he ran away, and I'm guessing because of how weak he was. So you can see is how horrible they are. Like, what type of family sits back and talk about ways that their child would die in the world? It's terrible. But either ways, we go into them basically saying that the revelry is this year and that they know that they won't be a part of the revelry anymore. And that's when they know that they will be closer to their goal, which I'm guessing is they know the consequences of their actions, meaning that if they know that they wage a war on the North Blue, they know that there's no coming back from that. So they know the action of their consequences. Well, the consequence of their actions. Also, they made we go into one of the brothers enjoying the meal, and then he got full, and immediately Sanji goes in to tell him, "Finish up your food, man. Don't waste it." Basically, what he's saying, and he told him that you guys don't know the value of a food. Mainly, I'm guessing from Sanji's flashback, because remember, he almost went starving. He almost died. And apparently the brother used that to get on his nerve even more. Like he said that he was full because he had some of the most delicious chocolate. So this is how much of a scum they are. He decides to bring out the main chef that cooked the meal and toss the plate at her. But lucky Sanji's chivalry still exists, so he obviously catches the plate and bends down. When he catches the plate, the food of course fell. It was potato and cheese. I'm guessing some delicacy like that or some weird way of it. But either ways, he basically bent down and started to eat the food off the floor. Now you can see where the humbleness in Sanji, where it came from and how it's already a part of him. Now, the only thing I was thinking during this is the 3 second rule. I remember when I was small. Quick story. When I was small, I grew up very poor, but nevertheless, when we were small, it was the last two pieces of bread left, and it was peanut butter, and one of the slices fell on the floor, on the peanut butter side. Listen, I immediately picked that up. 3 second rule, and I'm not sure if the floor was swept that day, but either way, I was so hungry. Smushed that bread together, and the rest was history. But either ways, it also teach me somewhere in the same line of Sanji is to appreciate food. Like, I'm not sure if you guys do appreciate food as much, but anything that you have in the house, either wait for it to expire and throw it away or eat it. Listen, there are some terrible foods in the world, and there are some terrible places that forces you to eat terrible shit. Just a quick thought. But that's a story for a different day. Maybe in the future, if I feel comfortable. Either ways. So after he basically eats off the floor, the chef is like, no, don't do that, Sanji. And apparently this pisses off Yonji. This pisses him off because Sanji kneels to eat off the ground in front of the chef, so-called peasant. So he immediately goes to kick Sanji. And this kick was so powerful that the after effect from it, the wind, knocked over the lady chef. Because Judge basically told Yonji this isn't the place and time for it. But I'm going to go into women and say that it wasn't that powerful because, of course, she's a woman. She doesn't have, like, I'm guessing she has zero combat experience. And she's also, women are more frail and, I'm not a feminist or anything, but they're more frail and easy going. They aren't built like men. Like, I'm guessing if it was a guy chef, he wouldn't have fallen over that easy. But either ways, she falls over and he basically, you can basically see that he got pissed off by Sanji doing that. And then we go into him saying that Sanji disgraces them, and Sanji goes into vice versa. You guys disgraces me and everything that I stand for. And the funny part about this is Yonji basically states that royalty should act like royalty, and Judge 100% agrees with him. Talk about a tough act to follow. Must be easy as shit. So after that, we go into Zeph showing him the picture. I mean, not Zeph. Judge showing him the picture of Zeph, saying that if this marriage go smoothly, you shouldn't expect for us to go and apprehend this guy or kill him on the spot, because they're basically using that against Sanji or to force him for an easily going wedding to go along with their plans. Now, I think I'm gonna get into it at the end of this chapter, but this chapter was like dialogue heavy. I'm talking about it was a short chapter in pages, but a lot in words. We also see that Poison Pink admires Sanji's chivalry, and she just basically sat back, didn't say anything during this whole thing. She just enjoyed it. Now, we go into the flashback of Tamago. Tamago is basically the one that brought Judge the celestial cuffs that were on Sanji's hand, and also gave him the idea of Zeph and the Baratier, basically using Big Mom's whole network to basically but to basically bring that up to him and explain to him that that this is Sanji has been living with until 2 years ago, all his life, the guy who brought him up. And this immediately sends Sanji into a like a cold sweat state, because that's like it's almost like the real father to him. Now we go into a flashback where Sanji, basically the day that they went starving on the when they were on a rock looking out for a ship, and they basically came to the conclusion that they were going to start a sea restaurant. Then we go into when they first got the sea restaurant, how Sanji was amazing. He was like, with me, everything is going to be okay. And we saw that how Sanji used to serve female guests, and how Zeph used to scold him for losing it over every tits that walked past him. And we also saw that how they used to have like cook-offs during his upbringing, and this reminded me of Food Wars. Now, we go into the next part of the chapter. Sanji, the whole family basically leaves the room, and they're telling him that if everything go good, don't expect us to go after Zeph, but if you try to defy us, you can definitely expect it. Now, the same lady, aka the head chef, that Sanji tried to protect, apparently, Yonji was the one that attacked her. He basically beat her so bad that she was unconscious, and her face was technically destroyed. Some of her teeth were missing. Like, he destroyed this woman. I don't think she's ever gonna have pride again, or even trust their family even more, unless Sanji probably restored the faith in her. And I don't know how that's gonna happen. But either ways, we see that Niji rat on Sanji. He basically says that it's probably Yonji. All signs point to him. And at the end of this chapter, we see where Niji brought Sanji to a room of people inside containers, something like the Matrix, where they were breeding or enhancing people in some form of way. Now, we know that they believe that technology is the way, but we don't know exactly what they're doing. probably gonna find out in the next chapter. Also, we found out that the wedding is apparently tomorrow in the One Piece world, which I thought it was the day before or the day that we're on now in the One Piece world. But either ways, I don't know. There's always a switch. So we see that, which is the major shock. Sanji never saw that room before besides today because he was trying to get in. Him and Niji was trying to get in from they were kids. I'm guessing him and Niji were like the only ones that like probably had a bond because he basically said that since we were trying to get in, Sanji wouldn't have, I'm guessing, pursue something like that with someone that beat him up every day or treat him bad or express his curiosity in that place with someone that basically treat him bad. Now, that basically ends the chapter. Definitely going to give this chapter a 9 out of 10. Definitely a 9 out of 10. It would have got the 10 if it didn't go on break, which was kind of anticlimactic. Sorry, that was my sister. But definitely, it would have got the 9 out of 10 if it wasn't anticlimactic. But either ways, I'm going to end this video off by saying that the Vinsmokes are definitely letting power blind them. Like, these guys don't see nothing except power, and power is something that can be taken away from you just like that. And I hope they realize it, but they don't seem like the people that realize it. They would rather, I'm guessing, die than lose power. But either ways, I can't wait till Sanji find out Luffy's on the island and we get to see more, and I can't wait until next week's chapter. Definitely can't wait to see more dialogue or to even see what happened to Cracker. We didn't get any glimpse of what happened to Cracker and Luffy or even Sanji or even Brook and Pedro or even Chopper inside the mirror world, Chopper and Kara. But either ways, it was an early release. I really enjoyed this chapter. It caught me off guard. And I can't wait to reread it to see if anything I missed. But other than that, guys, let me know what you guys think down in the comment section. Definitely subscribe. Like if you like it. And dislike if you didn't like it. And let me know down in the comment section why you didn't like it. Maybe it was because of the phone ring. But either ways, hope you guys enjoy. Definitely tell me what you think. And thanks for watching.